Good evening, everybody. Welcome to In the Kitchen with Tally Faye. It's been a few days. I've had some busy days going on since my company and stuff, but I finally got a chance to do a video and stuff, and I thought, well, I will help everybody in making a homemade lemon meringue pie tonight. So I've tried to get so much more of my stuff together where my videos aren't so long and everything, but anyway, I wanted to get started on it, and I've got a big jump on it. I went ahead and I've baked my pie crust. I made my pie crust, which I've showed y'all that recipe, okay? I've got my pie crust done, and you go ahead and bake it. And then for your filling, I have in this pot now, I have in this pot right here, a cup of sugar, a half a cup of cornstarch, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and I've got like 2.5 nice sized lemons, big lemons, okay? 2.5 lemons zested in here, and here is the juice that I got from them, okay? So about 2.5 good sized lemons. And then I have 2¼ cups of water in here. So that's all my ingredients in here to start with. And I've got to get it hot and bubbling, okay? We're going to get this to thicken up. Do that first thing. And remember, I've always showing y'all about getting a spoon and running around the edge here, because it will get thick on the edges and your little whisk just doesn't seem to grab it. So, you know, this always takes a minute and stuff. But while we're waiting on this to start bubbling and stuff, I wanted to tell y'all that I'm just about to get this YouTube thing straightened out, okay? I finally got I had to get it on YouTube Studio or something like that. But if you'll go back on there and resubscribe to my channel, then now it will allow you to hit the bell on there so that you get the notifications when I make a new video, and I'm not trying to chase everybody down saying, hey, I made a new video, you know, go there and look. You'll be able to find that, you know, it'll let you know itself on there. But subscribe to it and go on the bell, and what really helps out is the views and going on there and commenting and stuff. See, y'all couldn't even comment to me on there. Anyway, it was, I don't know, something on there just wasn't right with it. So, and I don't know all this stuff. Y'all know I don't know all that by now. But anyway, I've about got it fixed and set up. So, you know, go on there and subscribe again. And that way it'll start over where in that you can hit that bell up top, and everything should work out right from there on. I'm hoping. The last thing I'm going to work on is trying to get my videos to where I can edit them and put them together a little bit, or pause them or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'll find it all out, guys. Y'all give me a little time. I'm getting there, obviously. But I just appreciate all the views and support from everybody, and it's been a wonderful day today, and I've received so many birthday loves from everybody, calls and texts and cards and hugs and everything. So I'm just so thankful for all the love I've received from everybody and all that. So thank y'all, and thank y'all for watching my videos. Hopefully this pie will be something that y'all will really enjoy. It's good and tangy. If it don't give me lockjaw, I'm disappointed in it. And I use the fresh lemons, y'all. I want a fresh lemon in it. I have the bottled lemon juice, and I have used the bottled juice before in a pinch, but it's just not the same, right? It's just not the same. So, you know, anyway, fresh lemons are the way to go with this. It just makes such a difference. Fresh anything makes a difference, right? I mean, you know. But, again, I say, keep that stuff for backup. A lot of those little mixes and bottled stuff and this and that. So, any-oh-hoo, we're going to get this. It's starting to get good and hot now. So, once it starts bubbling, it'll get thick. And then we're going to do the thing where I temper the eggs in here. And I'll show y'all that in just a minute. But I'm going to go through this one more time. It's a cup of sugar, half a cup of cornstarch, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2.5 lemons zested, and you've got the zest in here, not your juice yet. You don't put your juice in till later. But your lemon zest and your 2 1/4 cups of water. That's what we're working with first. We want to get this getting thick and bubbly. I'm going to straighten my little sides because it will gather in there quickly on that rim. And I can see it starting to show up on it a little bit on my spoon. And you have to stay with it. Stirring and stirring. I guess if you have a double boiler, you ain't got to worry about it so much. But I don't have a double boiler, and I don't have the patience for one. See, let me show you. Well, I thought maybe. I don't even know if you can see it because it's clear. Yeah, there you go. See, you can see how it gathers in the edges. So see, we want it to keep stirring with this whisk where it doesn't get clumpy on you. All right, it's getting thick and bubbly now. I'm going to turn it down low. Here I go with my little burner, y'all. Wish me luck. All right, it worked. Okay. Now, look. See how thick it's getting? That don't take but a minute once it starts getting hot. That cornstarch will kick in on you quickly. All right, I've got that stirred. What I'm going to do is I've got my eggs in here. I have 4 eggs that I've separated. This is the egg yolks because I've got my whites saved for the top. Okay, let me put it back down here where you can see better, I think. I'm just going to take my little measuring cup here and dip me some out. And I've got to dump it in these eggs and temper these eggs. And you got to stir it good. Because if you don't temper your eggs and you try to pour them in there, they will clump up on you like scrambled eggs would. That's what it'll do to you. And that messes the whole thing up. The whole thing. So, I've got them tempered in here. I've got that hot pudding mix in there. And now that I've got the eggs to temperature now with the hot stuff, I can add them to this liquid, to my pudding stuff. And I'm trying to get real, I'm going to hold it up high and that way you can see. Now I'm going to stir this in here. Stir my egg yolks in there. I'm going to turn my heat off now. I've got it stirred up in there. Well, actually, I shouldn't have turned it off just yet. I really do want it to... I would need to bring it back up to a bubble. That's my bad on that I turned it off that quickly, okay? But it's not going to take it but just a minute. Once it starts bubbling again, then you can turn it off. Let's see. See how thick it is? And now it's yellow from the egg yolks. But all we're going to do right now is stir it till it gets back to bubbling. We want it to cook, you know. I don't know. Oh, that pudding was hot on my hand. Once it starts bubbling, you know those egg yolks have cooked. And that's important. Get them to cook. I'm going to move this stuff out of my way now. Okay. It's getting big bubbles coming up in it now. Can you see it bubbling? Starting to, yep, I know you can see that. Okay, there we go. We're done with that. Now I can turn it off, okay? I'm going to stir it. And now I'm fixing to put in here, I have 3 tablespoons of butter. My butter has melted sitting here, but that's cool. That ain't hurting nothing, right? There's my butter and my lemon juice from my 2 1/2 lemons that I put in there, okay? So now I'm just going to gently stir that in, get it mixed up. Woo! Lord, y'all know I can make a mess, don't you? I'm heavy-handed. But this is already, I wish y'all could smell this lemon in here. Look how pretty that filling's going to be. Because that is it. I get this stirred up. I'm going to pour it in that pie plate. That is all there is to it, y'all. If you get all your ingredients measured out and ready, and put together as much as you can before you ever start cooking it. It's just so worth it. That takes a little bit of prep time, but it is so worth it. Okay. It's all stirred up together. Look at that. That is homemade lemon pie filling, y'all. And this also makes great fried lemon pies, okay? Y'all know I've made the chocolate fried pies. And this right here makes delicious fried lemon pies. And one day I'll do the fried lemon ones. But I've got my pie crust ready. I want to save this spoon. I'm going to go ahead and pour this up in there. Because now we got to get on the meringue. Here I go. This is a 9-inch pie plate here. Get as much of it out of there as I can. We want all the pudding in there we can get, right? Okay. Look, y'all. Look at that. Can you see it? Okay. I'm going to let that sit there. And now, I'm going to go ahead. Let me see. I may not have to bring you over there immediately. Woo, it's starting to rain out there. I thought we were over with that. Oh, well. Okay. What I have in there right now is my 4 egg whites for my eggs that I've separated. So, I'm going to beat those. I'm going to let that beat until they get frothy, and I'll take the camera over there in a second. I'm going to mix my egg whites until they're frothy, and then I'm going to put me a pinch of salt in there and a half a teaspoon of vanilla and 4 tablespoons of sugar. So, what I'm going to go ahead and do over here, I've got my sugar canister over here. Let me grab my sugar. Okay, I just took it up in a bowl. I measured me out 4 tablespoons of sugar. Okay, those are frothy. I'll show that to you in a second. Let me get my salt here. Get me a pinch of salt. Just a pinch. That's all you got to do is a pinch of salt. You guess at that, right? A pinch of salt, and I'm going to want my vanilla. So, let me see what it called for. What did I say? Let me look. I want to make sure. Oh, half a teaspoon. Okay. Okay, now the other thing that I've done, it's time for me to take it over here. I'm going to have to do this. Now see, I've got my egg whites frothy. See how they're like that? They're frothy now, okay? Let me put that back on there and I'm going to show you. Okay, I've got those beaten. So now I'm fixing to add, I want to make sure I tell y'all correctly. Alright, now I'm fixing to add my pinch of salt, my vanilla, and my sugar. Okay? Let me do that right now. I'm going to turn it on. Tell you what, I'm going to just turn it up and let it be doing it. So I've got my salt and sugar in here, so I'm going to add that just a little bit at a time. Okay, there's that. And now, I'm just opening this with my hand. Let me see. Let me set it down here. It says half a teaspoon of vanilla, so I'm just pouring like half a capful, right? before we go for that. I need to stir the sides a little bit here. Get some of my, I see some of my sugar on the sides. You always want to try to do that a little bit. Look how pretty it's getting though. Alright. Got that where we want it. I'm going to set it back down in here and turn it on. And now the last thing I'm going to do is I have in this bowl, I have heated together, I heated this in a little pot, and then you have to let it cool before you do this, okay? So I heated this in a little sauce pot. It's 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and half a cup of water. And you heat it up until it becomes clear like that, see? Okay? Once you do that, you set it off to the side and let it cool. And it's going to be the very last thing that we're going to add to this egg white thing. So I'm going to set it down here because I have to spoon. I'm going to have to spoon it in there somewhat. See, so I'm just taking it like this and just spooning it. And that's the last thing we're going to add to our meringue. But you got to let it cool now. Okay. Let's check it out. It sure is pretty, y'all. Look. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? And it's stiff. It's got stiff peaks. So we're going to take it over here and put it on top of our lemon pie filling. And then we'll put it in the oven. So I'm going to put you... Oops. Oh, Lord. I bet that looked funny. Okay. Set this over here out of the way. Put the pie right here so y'all can see what I'm doing. Alright. You always want to use your, have your metal bowl and everything all clean and dry and everything. No oils on any of your utensils or anything, because it don't take much to mess meringue up. But see, I'm just going to do big old blobs of it on here like this. Me and my blobs, right? I don't know what you call it. What would y'all call it other than a blob? Y'all might have to comment on this video and tell me, Tally, it's called whatever, right? I don't know what else to call it, but for me it's a blob. And I believe y'all know what I'm talking about when I say a blob, right? So, now, take the back of my spoon here, and you should take it to the edges. You kind of want to seal it off around the edges, okay? Yeah, y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay. Take the back of your spoon there and just... You can take a spatula if you want to, but I tend to do better with these spoons. I guess because they're metal and they're more, you know, slick-like. But that's what we're going to do anyway. If you got a spatula and can spread it better with a spatula, you do it. You got to do whatever makes it easiest for you. Whatever works for you on it. And we'll take this and pop it in the oven, and it doesn't take but a minute. I've got my oven on 400 from when I baked my crust, okay? So here we are. I'm just going to go along there and kind of tap it. Bring some of those little peaks up like that. And we have us what is going to be a beautiful lemon meringue pie, y'all. I hope y'all enjoy this recipe. If you have lemon pie lovers in your family, they should really love this. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it on this cookie sheet like I always do so I can get it in and out of there easier. But y'all, can you see it? There you go. You can see that. All right, we're going to put it in here. Let it brown on that.